I did think that I was going to be able to make a decent living, to be able to save and, have money for retirement, and my job's gone, my money's gone, and starting all over from scratch is scary.
You know, the job market is bad. Maybe I should say the job market is horrible for older workers when a former HR executive can't find work. And when I say a former HR executive, I'm talking about a HR executive who is 59 years old, who was in HR for 35 years, and she's been out of work for over a year. She sent out over 1,000 resumes and she can't find work. Now, if anybody should be able to find a job, somebody who you would think would know how to do it when she can't find work, well, then yeah, the job market is horrible for older workers. In this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you an interview that she did with a reporter from CNN, in which she talks about her journey, her job hunt. She talks about her experience. She talks about her surprise at not being able to find a job. And actually, she does have a job. She's works as a ladies' room attendant. She's making $16.50 an hour. She was making $200,000. She estimates she was making over $100 an hour. But she can't find work, and you would think she would be able to. So in this video, I'm going to share with you her interview with a reporter from CNN. I'm going to stop the interview at certain points because I want to make some comments. I'm going to also point out something that she is doing that is just a big no-no, and I would think she would know better. But anyways, I'll share that interview with you right after this break.
This is what I'm doing now. I'm in the middle of the week, in the middle of the night, working in a catering hall and minimum wage and begging for tips. But this is only temporary, right? It's only temporary.
Yeah, I love the fact you got a positive attitude there, Diane. Love the positive attitude. I just wanted to say that. Let's keep going on and watch the rest of this interview.
On paper, the jobs market appears strong, but it's getting harder for people out of work to find new jobs, especially those looking for high-paying white-collar positions.
No. Especially for those workers who are older. Let's talk truth here. I'm not saying that it's not hard for people who are looking for those white-collar, big-paying jobs, but let's really get down to it. It's people who are older. It's really a lot harder for them. So let's go.
Since the end of 2022, the number of people looking for work for more than 6 months is up by 45%. Right now, we're on our way into deep Brooklyn to meet with Diane Evans. She's 59 years old. She's been working in the HR industry for 35 years. But about a year ago, she was laid off from her job where she was making over $200,000 a year. And since then, she's only been able to find one job. That's working at a catering hall as a bathroom attendant.
One job in 1 year, and you're working as a bathroom attendant at a catering hall. I mean, yeah, that is rough. That's rough. But I've got to tell you, I've heard similar stories from folks who write me, who comment on our videos here at Over 50 TV. So this isn't a surprise to me. I guess it's a surprise to our CNN reporter, but it's not a surprise to somebody who's in the trenches talking to people every day who are older, who are looking for a job. So it's no surprise to me, my friends.
When you see the headlines, strong numbers, hundreds of thousands of jobs added, what do you think when you see that?
That's not the reality that I see. That's not what I'm living.
No.
How would you compare this job market to all the other job market cycles that you've been through in your career?
I've never seen anything like this.
Now, I do want to say something. She's been in HR for 35 years, and she's never seen anything like this. That's because, my friends, it's because she never had to look for a job like this. She never had to do it. That's my guess, and I'm guessing here. But you and me, viewers out there who have been in the job market looking for a job, and you're older, you're in your 50s, you're 55, maybe like her, 59, and you're looking for a job and you can't find one. So I'm just surprised that she's surprised, but what that tells me is she's making 200 grand. She's in that executive suite somewhere, and she's just not in the trenches like a lot of us are in the trenches. A lot of us are watching this video. Let's keep going.
They call it the white collar recession. So it's like middle management and that kind of level. I'm just not getting the traction that I think I should get based on the amount of work I'm.
Now, let me go back a little bit here. I want to show you something here. Let me just go back just a little bit. Excuse me. All right.
Management and that kind of level. I'm just not getting the traction that I think I should get.
Okay, let me stop it right here. Just right here. Now, let me just say this. Diane M. Evans, I don't know if that picture in the left-hand corner is supposed to be you. But if it is you, to me, that is not an accurate representation of who you are today. And that's okay if that's the picture that you want to put up there. But it's not an accurate representation. So if you are getting calls or going on an interview and you walk in that door and they see the Diane Evans of today compared to the Diane Evans that's in that photo, I think it might be a little bit of a shock. I don't know that I'd be using that picture up there because people like me might be a little bit, surprised and say, you know what, this isn't who I thought I was calling in. Just wanted to make that point. Let's keep going on.
Based on the amount of work I'm putting in. It's crazy. I've applied to over 1,000 jobs in a year. Which is crazy.
And what is your success rate out of those 1,000 jobs of getting a call back?
I'm probably being generous here, but maybe one call to 25 applications, maybe more.
Okay, one call for every 25 job applications. I think that's darn good. I do, because I know from talking to a lot of folks that there's a lot of people out there who don't get one call for 100 job applications. So if you're getting one for 25, you know what, that's really not that bad. To me, it's not bad. And it's just because I'm in the trenches and I see what's going on. So I can tell you, no, that's not a bad ratio. Let's keep going. This
is a lot of work. Like, how much time are you spending every day searching?
I start my day probably 7:30-ish in the morning. The first thing I do is go on LinkedIn. Over 100 people have already clicked apply, and they just posted it yesterday. People would say to me, why don't you get any job? You know, you're such a snob.
Well, let's just say this, okay? Now, she's an experienced HR executive, and my guess is she's used to networking, and what we know is that 85% or so jobs are filled through networking. So my guess is she knows this. I doubt that she's spending all of her day on the sofa, relaxed with her feet up and just looking for a job and just saying, hey, man, this isn't working out. My guess is she's out there networking. And I wanted to bring this up because I want to make sure that you out there know that networking is so key. It's so crucial to finding that new gig. Let's keep going with this.
You have to be a VP. I applied to Lowe's, Home Depot, Target, all kinds of stuff.
Wait, let's stop one more time. I don't want to, I hope I'm not driving you crazy out there, but she applied at a Target? I've worked at a Target. I applied at a Target. I got a job there. It's really hard for me to believe that you can't find a job at one of these retailers. It is hard for me to believe. I don't know if you were applying for an HR position or if you were looking to get just a job stocking shelves, but it's very difficult for me to believe that. But I'm going to believe you. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
What happened to that?
Rejection letters. I got a rejection letter from Macy's, being a Spritzer person. I worked in Macy's when I was in college. Like, are you kidding me? My older son, his friend got me a job as a ladies' room attendant at a catering hall, a very high-end catering hall. But the first week or so was rough. I looked in the mirror and I cried.
How much are you making, like, an hour there at this job?
$16.50.
$16.50.
Compared to the 100 I used to make.
Wow, $16.50 an hour now compared to the $100 plus that she used to make. That's a big come down. It really is, and it's obvious. It destroys your budget if you have a budget. I'm sure she did. Most of us have a budget because it's a necessity. We need it. But yeah, that's a big come down. It's just a huge come down from $100+ an hour to $16.50. But got to give her credit. Give her a lot of credit for being out there and taking what she can get. Give her a lot of credit. Let's keep going.
Figure out my salary was a little bit over $100 an hour. Where's Macy's?
Oh, this is the Macy's you used to work at?
Yeah. The one that rejected me. I did think that I was going to be able to make a decent living, to be able to save and, have money for retirement, and my job's gone, my money's gone, and starting all over from scratch is scary.
Right.
Yeah, it's really scary. And you are now among the rest of us, Diane. You are now among the rest of us out there who never saw it coming, who never thought we were going to be in the position that we're in right now. Well, we're in that position. There's a lot of folks out there who are in the same position. You have no savings. You've run through your savings. You're taking anything you can get, and you're happy to get something so you can put a little bit of maybe food in the tables or gas in the gas tank. I do give you a lot of credit for this. I really, truly do. I just don't understand how you didn't know that this situation could happen to you. But you know what? That's another story. Let's just go ahead. Let's just finish this up.
Oh, here we are. Oh, this is charming.
This isn't exactly the life I envisioned, but I'm trying to make lemon drop martinis out of lemons.
Well, there you go. I want to thank you for watching today's video. And I also want to say that I would love to hear your comments, love to hear what you think about her journey, about this 59-year-old former HR executive's journey to finding a job. Maybe you can identify with her, maybe you can't. But either way, let me know what you think. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Also, I do want to say, if you are somebody who is looking to get up-to-date news and information that pertains to you, well, then you're going to want to sign up for my free breaking news email. It really is the best way for you to stay informed about the news that matters the most to you. Now, what I send you essential updates, and I send these just about every week or so. They're delivered straight to your inbox, and I deliver them as the news happens. And you can sign up for my free breaking news email just by clicking on the link in the description box of this video. Now, also, if you are inclined, if you like the video, go ahead, give me a thumbs up, and then also subscribe to Over 50 TV. You're going to get more retirement tips, and you're going to also find out what's going on with Social Security. So I'll give you Social Security news. Now, if you're somebody out there who is thinking, you know what, I want to make some more money. I don't want to be in a situation where I'm fighting to get a job. Well, then you're going to want to subscribe to my Side Hustle Rules YouTube channel. That's my other channel here on YouTube. On that channel, what I do is I show folks how to go ahead and start a side hustle, or maybe even if they want to start a full-time business. Now, many of you already know that I am the creator of Over 50 TV and, of course, Side Hustle Rules. But I've also spent my entire career building businesses. I built a chain of business-to-business magazines. I built a weekly newspaper, 2 national trade show companies, a weekly radio program, and I started almost a dozen other businesses. I started them all from scratch, and a few of those businesses generated millions of dollars a year in sales. So yeah, if you're looking to find out how to start your own side hustle or full-time business, then subscribe to Side Hustle Rules. Go ahead and do it. I got a link in the description box. I make it easy for you. Well, that is all I have for you today. Looking forward to hearing your comments. Looking forward to your subscribing to my channels. And my friends, as I always say, have a great day, everybody.